yesterday's win, but he misses here on the front end of the 1-1. Generals with a chance to take the lead. And now a foul called on Michael Lewis for hitting Gilbert Talbot on the side of the head. And for Lewis, that'll be his second personal foul. So Lewis now with 2. He's the only Bear in foul trouble. With the exception of Richard Freeman, and now Daniel Afiyaki has to check into the game. Jordan Williams out. Inbound to Joseph Faraci, the junior out of Slidell, Louisiana. We've been saying that city's name a lot the last couple of games for me. A lot of talent on both rosters from Slidell. Sylvester dribbling in, fading back, got it for the lead. 22-20, Generals go back on top. Here with about 5:15 to go in half number 1. Running the offense through Daniel Afiyaki. They leave him alone at the three-point line. He's not made a 3 all season, 0 out of 2. Leslie backing in, right hand, won't get the roll, rebound Moss. His 3rd rebound of the game. Wanting to take it all the way, draws contact, floats it up, and they'll call a foul on the floor on Trey Rakes. So Rakes will pick up his first, team foul number 7. That'll put Brandon Moss to the line for a 1-1. Larry Cordero, the Red River Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, as well as the NAIA's Coach of the Year. He was given that honor on Tuesday at the Power and Light District in downtown Kansas City. For the pep rally here, a great area down there, right across the street from the Sprint Center. And Moss hits both. Lead is 3 with under 5 to go in the first half. Brandon Moss will also come out of the game, being replaced by Donovan Thomas, the sophomore out of the hometown Alexandria, Louisiana. Larry dribbling alone at the top. Now to Clint Wosu, who's yet to connect on a 3 in this one, now 0 for 2. Rakes, step back, got it. Trey Rakes with another big basket. He's got 7 in this one. And he's been keeping the Bears alive. 24-22, the Generals lead. Trey Rakes, after only scoring 8 yesterday, averages 9 a game. With 7 here early. Register left alone for 3 again. He does it again. Register with back-to-back 3s. And the lead grows again for the Generals. 27-22. Leslie almost with a carry to Afiyaki. Not a great pass, but Perry might have had an open look for 3. Now back to Leslie. Here's Rakes. He's had the hot hand. Rakes dribbling in on William Claiborne. Scooping it back out. Leslie with 2 to shoot. Driving 1. And a massive rejection for Brian Sylvester. Running in traffic. Hayward Register was in a 2-on-1 and didn't see it. Now to Faraci. Register with back-to-back 3s. Now to Claiborne. Sylvester wanting the basketball on the left block. Register dumps it down. Claiborne with a right-handed finish. The easy 2 for the big man, William Claiborne. He had 4 yesterday. And he gets his second basket here early, already with 4. The lead is now 7 for the Generals. Wosu. He'll pull the trigger from deep. Now to Darian Leslie. Only an 18% three-point shooter. He won't. Wosu, now he connects. After starting 0 for 2, he gets his first 3. After dominating yesterday with 13, and now a 4-point game. 29 LSU Alexandria, 25 for the University of Pikeville. Brian Sylvester already off to a hot start with 8 points and 6 rebounds for the Generals. And with the shot clock winding down, again they call on his defense and almost sends it into the second row. Then a beautifully run pick and roll. Hayward Register had the entire gym thinking he was going to shoot. It dumps it off for his big man Claiborne to finish at the rim. Basket number 2. Now 2:56 to go. in the first half from Kansas City, Missouri. And we've had a great week so far. First round's being played on Wednesday and Thursday with 8 games a day, and then the round of 16 yesterday with another 8 games. That was the only one that got pushed back at all in terms of time. We're right on schedule today, if not a little bit early. Yesterday's games ran very late, with the final game starting at about 10:15, then ending right before midnight. Game between Dalton State and Montana Western. Dalton State will be taking on Texas Wesleyan following this one. Register won't get it to go on a long 2. And a rebound for Antoine Baker for Pikeville, now trailing by 4. Perry. Working on Brandon Moss, now the switch. Perry, left open, 3 ball, pure! Jordan Perry gets a 3 ball to go. His first connection from downtown, he's got 5. And now a 1-point game. The hot hand, Hayward Register. Faraci, now to Vickers. Kick out Vickers, 10 seconds to shoot. Now to Moss. He'll shoot that, he'll step back over Daniel Afiaki, a little strong, and a rebound for Trey Rakes. He's looking to run. Now to Perry, just hit a 3 a moment ago. With 100 seconds to go in half number 1, Pikeville can take the lead with any made basket here. Colbreth, who's had the hot hand so far in this one, knocked out of bounds from behind for Joseph Faraci, and he'll stick with the Bears with 13 to shoot. Hayward Register to the bench. And Gilbert Talbot to the bench. William Claiborne will check in, and Brian Sylvester. And one more sub, Michael Lewis will check in for Daniel Afiaki. And Jordan Williams will check in for Brandon Moss. Joseph Faraci. Michael Lewis playing with 2 fouls and has to be careful here in the final 92 seconds of half number 1. They get it into him. They have to remember only 10 seconds to shoot. Leslie at the elbow, kicking back out, Colbreth. Now one more time, Rakes, 3 ball for the lead, no. Lewis is there for a rebound, he's pushed from behind, and that'll send the Bears to the line for a 1-on-1. Give the foul to Chris Vickers of LSU Alexandria. They'll send Michael Lewis the chance to tie and take the lead. 8th team foul on the Generals and personal foul number 1 on Chris Vickers. So 1-on-1 for Lewis, who went 0 for 2. A little bit earlier in this one, he hits the first and ties this one up at 29 apiece. And this is an LSU Alexandria team that's averaging 84 points per game. And for them to be only at 29 points almost before the half, it's a job well done from the Pikeville defense, who also did a great job against Columbia College, holding the Cougars to only 51 points and 4 out of 22 from 3. That was the difference yesterday, as Columbia College, the last remaining local team, was bounced. Now Moss dumps it back out to the perimeter. Vickers swinging it around. Williams to Vickers, cutting in. Sylvester at the rim for the lead, and he gives it to him. 31-29, LSU Alexandria. Under a minute to go here in half number 1. Trey Rakes, who was the heartbreaker yesterday. The Cougars out of Columbia College. The game's final 5 points, and the go-ahead 3-point basket. Back out to Rakes, head fake, pulls out from inside 2. Colbreth with 3 to shoot. Tries a floater for the tie and gets it. 31 all, and the shot clock is turned off here at Municipal Auditorium. It was all Generals early. Pikeville was able to fight back and take the lead. But ever since about the 8-minute mark, here in this first half, we've been even. The Generals want the final shot. What a great first half it's been. Both teams shooting it well from the field. The Generals 42%, 44% for the Bears. Now floating in and a massive rejection for Michael Lewis. 3 seconds to go. Rakes with 1, running floater for the lead at the half and banks it in. Trey Rakes can't miss. He goes into the locker room with 10 points, and the Bears, more importantly, go into the locker room with a 3-point lead. He barely got it off before we saw red on the backboard, and what a finish. 34-31 at the halftime break, and Pikeville has hung around, and the perseverance pays off for Trey Rakes, who was the heartbreaker yesterday. And LSU Alexandria goes into the locker room down by 3. Rakes fires, yep, he got it off in time with about a second left. And the celebration began for the Bears. Here it is from a different angle. He lets it fly, even though Brandon Moss almost had the block of the tournament. But he gets it to go, and the Pikeville fans are feeling it here in Kansas City, Missouri. 34-31 at the half. We're back in 10 minutes for half number 2 here from Kansas City, Missouri. We apologize for getting back to you just a little bit late. A minute and a half into half number 2, 38-35 Pikeville. The Bears came down and scored 1. Then LSU Alexandria matched with back-to-back baskets. And now Darian Leslie, after making his second basket of the second half, misses the M1 free throw, and it's still a 3-point lead. They went into the halftime locker room, 34-31 Pikeville. The Bears making a last-second 3 at the buzzer by Trey Rakes, and now Gilbert Talbot goes up and in for the basket. He's got 4 points, slowed down much more than his game yesterday. He's been in foul trouble with 2 for almost this entire game after a big-time performance of 17 points and 13 rebounds at LSU Alexandria's 20-point win over Westmont. 2 minutes into half number 2. Wosu getting it down for Lewis, gets rejected, but instead a foul will be called on Brian Sylvester. Instead, they'll say it's on Gilbert Talbot, after Brian Sylvester picked up 4 big blocks in half number 1, almost had an even bigger block number 5. But they give the foul to Gilbert Talbot, and that is his 3rd. And Lewis, this is the first one. He has struggled at the free throw line. 1 out of 4. Now a chance to redeem himself. 3 points and 3 rebounds in this one, but he's been dominant this season. He makes the second. The lead is now 2 for the Bears out of Pikeville. As Joseph Ferraci will walk it up the floor for the Generals, wearing the yellow, working from right to left. The Bears out of Pikeville still showing that 2-3 zone defense. Ferraci left all alone, 3-ball for the lead, got it. Generals go back up on top by 1. The number 1 team in the NAIA. A 33-0 record, trying to advance to its first ever national semifinal on Monday. Darian Leslie already with 2 baskets in this second half. And 8 points in the game. Rakes, teardrop, caught it. Trey Rakes. He can't miss right now, 12 points for the all-time winningest Pikeville Bear with 112 wins. The senior out of Taylorsville, Kentucky. He made that 3 to go into the halftime locker room. The shot clock and the game clock were expiring. Williams driving in, stepping back, left-handed Jay got it. And the Generals go back up on top by 2. Trey Rakes being defended by Joseph Ferraci the entire length of the floor. Pikeville fans wanted a foul. He wants a screen. Spin move. He finally gets a screen. Sylvester almost comes away with a steal. Wosu left open 3, short, and air ball. Afiaki fights for it. Talbot wanted to push, and now the offensive foul called on Daniel Afiaki. He picks up his second and team foul number 1 for the Bears in half number 2. Off the 3-point miss from Clint Wosu. Got away with a push before, and then you see him right here lower that left shoulder and go right into the chest of Gilbert Talbot, and they make the right call as Daniel Afiaki commits his second personal. 2 fouls on the Generals. Neither team shot a ton of free throws in half number 1. Only a combined 11 attempts, and only 6 makes. The Bears are struggling at the line, 4 out of 10. This could be a much different game if they were converting on these free throws. Williams, heat check, he connects on another 3. 5 points, back-to-back baskets for Jordan Williams. And LSU Alexandria with a 4-point lead. Rakes feels the mismatch. Leslie driving in, hesitates, way strong. Rebound, Gilbert Talbot will outlet it up the floor. Williams looking for his 3rd consecutive basket. Left hand won't go, with a putback jam for Brian Sylvester. Timeout taken, and a 6-point LSU Alexandria lead. As Brandon Moss turned to the crowd and said, come on, I want to hear you. 15:29 to play in the game. And LSU Alexandria hops out on top with a Brian Sylvester putback jam. 14 points already and 7 rebounds for Sylvester, the senior out of Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. (47-41). The Generals out on top here, and it was a 3-point halftime lead for the Bears out of Pikeville. The Generals riding a 33-game winning streak, the longest in college basketball to this point. 18-0 in the Red River Athletic Conference, regular season and conference tournament champions, because obviously they didn't lose a game. The Bears out of Pikeville, 27-7, or 28-7, and 9-5. Gilbert Talbot threw it up the floor. Jordan Williams wanted his 3rd consecutive basket, but instead it was Sylvester with a 2-handed putback jam. And he could have taken it over to the right side for an easy one, but he figured, hey, I'll set up my teammate for the highlight reel dunk. And we saw some highlight reel dunks earlier in this day. The 3-point shootout and dunk contest in between game number 2 and this one. Already one upset today here at the NAIA National Championships in Kansas City, Missouri. With Life, the team out of Georgia in the Mid-South Conference, knocking off Carroll. But William Penn, another 1 seed, held on to win 84-80 over Langston. Pressure in the backcourt. Bears break it. Leslie, left hand and in. Darian Leslie goes into double digits with 10. And he's had a great second half so far, and now foul called as Brandon Moss was cutting into the lane. Leslie with 6 second half points. Foul goes on Darian Leslie, team foul number 2. Both teams with 2 here in the first 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Williams will inbound into the backcourt to Evan Smith. Thought about a long 3. Williams, floater over Afiaki, no good. Offensive rebound, Moss. He undercuts the man, and Antoine Baker, but he's fouled. Baker will pick up his 1st. So fouls in about 7 seconds apart for the Bears out of Pikeville. Foul is on the floor. Now Richard Freeman will check into the game for Daniel Afiaki. Freeman playing with 2 fouls. He picked up 2 quickly in half number 1. So Smith will inbound. They wanted the lob for Brandon Moss. Wasn't there. Register instead will hit the 15-footer. Hayward Register knocked down 2 threes in the first half. He gets that basket and he's got 8. And here's the full court pressure from the Generals. Didn't see it much in half number 1. Now Pikeville will go into the offense. Freeman kicking out Leslie. Already 6 in the second half. Can't get number 8. Offensive rebound. Now to Freeman. Dishing off. Baker with a floater and in. 4-point lead for LSU Alexandria. 49-45. Floater, Moss gets the roll. He felt the contact, and Brandon Moss goes into double figures. 10 points and 4 rebounds for the newcomer of the year in the Red River Athletic Conference and a first-team all-conference performer. LSU Alexandria did not have the player of the year in the conference, despite going 33-0. Ball knocked out of bounds and back to the Generals. But a lot of people believe within that team that Brandon Moss and Brian Sylvester really split that award. They combined for 30 points a game. They were both first-team all-conference performers, with Sylvester being the defensive player of the year. As he checks out, Gilbert Talbot comes in, and Brandon Moss, the newcomer of the year. Brandon Moss in one game this year had 35 points. It was his career high, and it was the NAIA game of the week against Our Lady of the Lake, and a school high 35 points. The Generals with a 6-point lead. Williams floats in, feels the contact, no foul, and a block for Daniel Afiaki. Here's Trey Rakes, trying to run it the whole length of the floor, right-handed in for Trey Rakes. At only 5'10", he has no problem running amongst the trees, and now the Bears set up the pressure. 4-point lead for LSU Alexandria. Register again from three, got it. Hayward Register with his third trifecta. And the lead is 7. Hayward Register, the 6'3" senior out of Lafayette, Louisiana. He is not afraid to pull the trigger. Already 6 attempts from 3 in this one. Antoine Baker, pull up Jay, too strong. Rebound Talbot. You're getting used to hearing that. He had 13 yesterday, and already with 3 in this one. Moss fighting off a double team. Arze Colbert defending. Down low, Talbot, left hand, won't go, and Moss with a putback. A dozen points for Brandon Moss. And 5 rebounds. And now a timeout taken by the Bears of Pikeville. The lead has grown to 9, the largest of the game for LSU Alexandria, 56-47. And Brandon Moss, the highlight reel player he is, one of the most athletic guys in this championship, following in. And he really could have slammed it down, but instead, the nice easy lay-in for the junior out of Bessemer, Louisiana. The Bears out of Pikeville, Kentucky, trying to survive here and make it 2 #1 seeds here in Kansas City that have fallen today. Another one fell in Buffalo, New York earlier this afternoon with the Villanova Wildcats, the reigning national champions at the NCAA Division I level, falling to the Badgers of Wisconsin. We know it's March. Anything can happen. And LSU Alexandria, the #1 overall seed, the #1 team in the NAIA for 6 consecutive polls since January the 3rd. They're trying to make it 34-0. A chance at the first national semifinal in program history. This is the first national quarterfinal in program history. In just the 3rd year as a team. Leslie driving in, kicking out, Perry a 3, and a great response for Jordan Perry. Perry gets his 2nd 3. He's perfect from beyond the arc, and he's got 8 points. Lead is back to 6, 12 to go. Moss, head fake, driving in, step back short, Talbot rebound, put back won't go, and he goes out of bounds off of the Talbot miss. This allows for the Generals to set up the pressure. William Claiborne will check in for Gilbert Talbot. Get it into Clint Wosu, the senior out of Houston, Texas. Came to the University of Pikeville by way of Idaho State University in Pocatello, Idaho. Jordan Perry's trying to fight off a potential trap. Into the middle, Leslie, right hand, won't go. Rebound, back to Leslie, kept alive by Daniel Afiaki. Leslie again won't go. Afiaki keeps it alive again, and Arze Colbreth comes away with a 3rd chance opportunity. Pikeville will want to capitalize on this. High screen from Afiaki. Perry stepping back to the 3-point line. Now 14 to shoot. Perry drives, gets bumped in. Oh, what a finish for Jordan Perry. The freshman out of West Liberty, Kentucky, drew the contact, slid into the baseline, and has a chance to make this a three-point game. Point number 10 for Jordan Perry. He drove into 3 defenders there. Moss was trailing, and Claiborne be called for the foul. 2 fouls on him, and a 3rd team foul. And he misses the free throw. Boy, has Pikeville struggled from the line. 4 out of 11. Still a 4-point lead for the Generals. Registered to Claiborne, and now a foul will be called underneath on Jordan Perry. So he picks up his first. Marshall Bennett will check into the game for Darian Leslie. Leslie's played a great game so far. 10 points. It's 4 out of 12 from the field. And 4 rebounds. Claiborne underneath, fighting off the contact, goes up, can't finish. But he's fouled by Daniel Afiaki and will go to the line for 2. So Afiaki picks that one up. Team foul number 4, team foul number 5, and number 3 on Daniel Afiaki. Claiborne can't get the first to go. LSU Alexandria, that was only the Generals' 5th free throw attempted in this one, 3 out of 5. Claiborne with 4 points. Sophomore out of Slidell, Louisiana. Another Slidell, Louisiana native just checked into the game. And Michael Lewis for Pikeville. Here comes Donovan Thomas, checking in for Hayward Register. And William Claiborne will try and make it 1 for 2. And he does. 57.